I thought I'd just tell you guys about a conversation I had with two entrepreneurs out here in Bali who are trying to build personal brands but are in a rut at the moment. They're both stuck with their content ideas, and both of them for the same reason. So, right now, you've probably noticed that in the online space, lots of people are talking about how to use AI to create content, to use AI to come up with ideas. So, your ideation, your creation, your systems, all of the logical processes and creative processes are being outsourced to AI. But have you considered that this might actually be the problem in itself? Because what both of these guys were saying were that they'd come to the realization that they were no longer actually thinking for themselves. They were giving it all to AI. They were letting the AI do the thinking for them. And when you're building a personal brand, what you've got to remember is that it is your personal brand. The reason that you got into this in the first place as an entrepreneur who wants to leave a legacy, you want to have that power, that influence, that authority, you want to be recognized for your work, you want to leave an impact, to build a like minded community, to be a thought leader. You did that because you want to do it by spreading your ideas, sharing your knowledge, your messages, your content, all of these things, right? And it doesn't mean that it's not you doing it when AI is helping you with it. But if you're completely outsourcing the creative process to the AI, it isn't coming from you. And this is why what we're going to see going forward is more and more of the same generic content over and over. Even though AI is very smart and it will tailor things to you as an individual, we're going to keep seeing more of the same shit. I'll give you another example of this. I recently contacted someone about a service that they offer. I can't disclose what it is, but it's a specific kind of therapy, right? And this person responded, and in the first line, I could tell that it was a GPT written response. And this is for a kind of therapy, right? And this is where AI can be helpful in terms of helping with admin and answering FAQs, this kind of shit. But the opening line was the same GPT written copy that I've seen so many times embark on this journey. And people are going to start noticing these patterns, not only in written content, but also in spoken content. We're not going to have that human touch, that human element in the personal brand. And the reality is, if you genuinely want to build a personal brand because you genuinely want to connect with like-minded people and share your message, you're not going to want to outsource it all to AI in the first place either, because it isn't you that's doing it. It is no longer you that is the personal brand. But what I'm going to say is it's easy to fall into this trap because it's so easy to ideate with GPT. Before I did this video, or whatever it is you're using, Perplexity, Claude, whatever, right? Before this video, I could have sat down and said to GPT, come up with 10 video ideas based on my ideal client profile, right? My ideal client profile are established male entrepreneurs who've achieved the financial rewards that they want to. And they're now at that point where they want to leave a legacy. They want to make an impact. They want to put themselves out there. And the reason that I want to help with these people is because I was similar and I've done that myself. I'll just show you on screen now. I built an audience of over 140,000 across 3 platforms, and I've worked with over 30 male entrepreneurs to build out their audiences too, so that they can position themselves as an authority and a thought leader in the online space, right? By the way, if after watching this video, you want to click the link below where I've got a training video that will literally teach you how to set up a personal brand, how to get up and running, feel free to check that out. But sales pitch over. I could have completely outsourced the creativity of this video. I could have asked GPT to come up with the video idea. I could have also asked it to come up with a story that sounds realistic. That story that I gave earlier, it could have been bullshit too. And just for the record, it is completely true. I live just over the horizon there, and there's 2 guys who I live with that are struggling to build out their personal brands. One of them, he's currently going through a transition from his e-com consulting business into personal training. And then the other, he's going into coaching himself, right? They're both struggling at the moment with this creative rut, and both of them told me that after they chatted to each other that they'd been using AI too much, and now I'm just essentially stealing what they've told me as a content idea. But the point is, right, that is a real thing that has happened. That is the real creativity and the real human ideation that resonates with the audience that I have and the message that I want to share. And it's this kind of stuff that is going to help you too. These experiences, going out and doing things. And this is where I want to move on to the next part to give you a bit of a practical exercise. Okay. Ideation doesn't come easily when you're just sat down with AI or looking at a computer screen. You can watch other people's content and it might help you again if you're just going to copy it, which is a strategy that a lot of people use. They just essentially pinch other people's content almost word for word. They use lots of, again, AI features a lot of the time, pinching the transcripts, getting AI to analyze the tonality that they use, similar thumbnails, blah, blah, blah. And you can do that and you can get attention, but then you're just a copycat. You're the same as everyone else and you're not authentic in what you're doing. So what you want to do is have your processes where you can create organic ideas. And for me, this is normally just jotting things down throughout the day. A lot of it comes from conversation. For me, I love building relationships, sharing knowledge, networking with people, talking to them. And I do a lot of that out here in Bali and in Thailand, where I based myself for most of the last year and a half, right? And again, that's part of my brand, my identity, being out here. And it will be similar for you with whatever it is you want to do, where you want to be in the world. You want to have these processes where you're jotting down your ideas and they come to you through whatever you understand it as, the greater consciousness of thoughts and ideas, your own intuition, your own experiences, whatever it may be. And I think that generally being out and about, I find walking is really good and conversation is a good way for it. Just jotting down in notes. If you want to be really systemized, you can use second brain systems like Notion. You'll see people like Dan Koh using Cortex. I don't like using them so much. I prefer to just do it old school and literally just jot down in notes on my phone or write pen to paper. Sometimes you could literally just go and lock yourself in a room as well with no AI. Again, these two guys that I was speaking to, they were working on an agency at one point. They're not doing it anymore. But when they were coming up with the foundations of that agency, they deliberately left their phones out of the room and just a pen and paper to come up with what the offer was going to be, what the brand identity was going to be, the name, etc. Right? So my advice is go old school on the ideas that you're having. Jot down the things that interest you and then piece them together if you want. You don't have to have a full script with the way you're doing things. It doesn't all have to be in this complex web. It's entirely up to you. It depends on how you work. And by the way, this is the kind of thing that I help my clients with. Some of my clients, they need more of like a logical, systemized process. Others, they're a bit more free flowing and expressive. It's really tailored to you based on what you need. But have some kind of system in place that allows you to come up with these ideas that isn't just reliant on AI, because AI is so easy now. It's so easy to just say, oh yeah, I can't think of anything. I need to get a video done, so I'm going to go and chat to GPT or Claude and ask it for a video and then go and wing it, right? That's not really tapping into the true creative potential that you have. But like I said, guys, if you do want to build out a personal brand and for whatever reason you're struggling at the moment, whether it's forming your brand identity, knowing how to voice yourself, how to reach the right people, choosing the platform, knowing what style of video editing, all of these things, I can help you with all of this because I've helped 30 guys do it so far. As I mentioned, there is a training video below that you can click on, and there is also the option there for you to book in an intro call with me just to see whether I can help you or not. But I'll see you in the next video.